Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to HanSelah. As a freelance graphic designer, one of the most important steps of the branding process happens before you actually even begin designing. And that is understanding your target audience and exactly how to speak to them. Welcome to HanSelah, I'm Han, and I'll talk about all things to do with graphic design and running my own freelance graphic design business. Today's video is all about learning, understanding, and defining your target audience so that you can speak to them directly. So I'm going to walk you through my process of how I define the target audience for each of my branding clients that come to me. To do this, I'll be using Scrintal, the sponsor of today's video, to lay out all of my ideas and research. Scrintal is basically a hybrid note-taking software. A visual workspace is probably a better way to define it. And they have an infinite canvas, so it allows you to have an unlimited amount of work going on at one time. Scrintal also allows you to add links and documents and embed images and sync your research card, so you create this entire ecosystem of information. The team at Scrintal has kindly offered me a 10% discount for me to give to you if you sign up using my link below, and this is for a limited time only. So let's jump into understanding target audiences and how to organize all of that brand strategy, research, thoughts, and ideas. For some backstory though, whenever I start to work with a branding client, I always give them a brand questionnaire for them to fill in. This just gives me an overview of how they see their business and general information that is generally good for me to know in order to design for their target audience. I do get a lot of clients that often say that their target is all men or all women, but that is absolutely not possible. A local premium coffee bean company, they're not going to target a mother of four living paycheck to paycheck. They will target tourists that are visiting the area, coffee drinkers with disposable income, coffee drinkers that enjoy drinking coffee for leisure rather than for the caffeine boost, perhaps hotel management or hotel staff or baristas that work in a premium or luxury hotel, or even a cafe owner at a local farmer's market. That would be their ideal target audience. Also, can you see how specific I am with who I target? For example, I'm not saying we're targeting luxury hotels, because how can you target a hotel? It's a building. But you can target the management in the hotel industry, such as owners, managers, operators, distributors, and so forth. Now, I actually had a branding call with a client last week, and I thought I would share a little bit of how this call went. So this client is an online personal trainer, and now she's wanting to rebrand and target a very specific group of women. So I asked her who her target audience is on the call, and she said, all women. And I said, I don't believe that you're targeting all women because, hear me out, her main way of attracting her clients is through her social media and predominantly through her Instagram. Now I said, if you are targeting all women, for example, let's say, would a 60-year-old woman be on Instagram, looking at your Instagram profile, follow you, see your posts, go into your link tree in your bio, which leads on to going into your website, select a package, schedule a session with you, and then pay with her credit card online? And she said, well, I guess probably not. And then I said, okay, what about a 15-year-old girl that's in school? She will still be at school, so she can still join a sports team at school or a school gym class. So will she really need personal training? And on top of that, her being a minor, she will probably have to ask her parents to do the online payment, and they might not be comfortable with their young daughter doing one-on-one personal training sessions online with a stranger. And she agreed as well. So I said, it appears that your ideal target audience is women between the ages of 18 and 35 who are independent and want to build a better life by being healthier and fit. They're active on social media, they follow you and your journey online, they want to be fit, they want to be healthy, they want to eat healthily, but they don't know where to start. They need some guidance and one-on-one support and personal motivation. They don't have a gym membership because they prefer to work out alone or in their own home. That's where they feel most comfortable. And because they're probably just starting out, they don't really want to be in a big gym. It's all scary and lots of people watching them. So it's these little pieces of information like that that make all the difference when it comes to defining your target audience and being very specific. And after we had this call together, she was so happy because I was able to exactly pinpoint the exact persona of who we specifically need to target and who she wants to work with. And that is who we're going to design for. What would that person like? How would we speak to them? Understanding who they are, their likes, their dislikes, their fear, their dreams, their hobbies, their personal life, their job, their education. Do they have pets? Do they have children? How much money do they earn? All of these topics are so important in defining your target audience and understanding who they are, where they come from, and what they want. And this kind of information requires a lot of research, a lot of writing, and a lot of jotting down of ideas, which is why I love Scrintal. Because they have such a minimalist, user-friendly interface, they are able to simplify all of this research for me without me feeling too overwhelmed. And they can help me visually depict all of my thoughts and ideas. So I'll often have a lot of complex information and stuff scattered all over the place, and Scrintal just helps me improve my organization with laying out all of this info and enhance my strategic planning in my business. As you can see here, Scrintal has this overview effect. You can see the entire bigger picture of what you're working on with all your projects, all your ideas, all your cards and your boards. You can add links and you can go wild. It's great. You can actually interconnect everything and create a sort of project structure or direction for all of your research and your ideas. I love that Scrintal also implements bidirectional links, so you can visually and textually connect all of your ideas. And it just helps the flow of creativity because it's all linked together. I personally prefer this because when I see a lot of words on a page, I freak out. I'm a very visual person, so being able to see all of this visually overviewed helps so much and just helps me digest all of this information without feeling overwhelmed. It just makes everything a lot more fluid and adaptable. Another perk of Scrintal is it is browser-based. I can log into it onto my laptop or my tablet, and I can just update there. So I always have access to what I've written in my Scrintal. So when it comes to researching target audience for my clients, I'll always write an overview card of the general idea of who the target audience is. So are they male? Are they female? How old are they? Where do they live? Their location. Also, I just list a few of their goals and aspirations, their fears, like what they want, and how the product or service that my client is offering will benefit that ideal target audience member. So I will start to lay out all of these sort of topic ideas and, like, for example, their job, and list that and their fears and what they're scared of and how the client can help improve that. And then I'll also go into their education. Did they study? Did they go to high school? Did they go to university? Do they have a master's? Are they still studying? Are they a student? Because that will also outline how much money they can spend on a certain product. Is it premium? Is it targeted to students? I go into their family. Are they married? Do they have children? Do they have a pet? Is their pet their family? Do they want children? Do they like their job? What do they work as? Are they stressed at work? Are they not stressed? Are they a manager? Are they a business owner? I also go into what they want to do, what they want their life to become, as well as their personal hobbies. What do they do in their free time? What do they do on their weekends? Where do they go when they see their friends? What do they like to drink at the bar? All of this information might seem a little superficial or useless, but it's really not. What we are actually doing is building a user persona, and within that, building a psychographic. So you have two things when you're doing your target audience: your demographic and your psychographic. Demographic would be like just the general information about them. The psychographic would be actually writing a paragraph about that person, almost as if you were writing like a little one paragraph bio about who they are, what they do, what they like. And you can go really in depth into that information and create an exact persona of who you want to speak to. When I create a psychographic, I actually like to give them a name, but I will never name them someone that I personally know. So for example, for this specific young lady, for this user persona, for this psychographic, I have actually named this girl Alice Mary Duncan. I do not know anyone called Alice Mary. Okay, I know a Duncan, but he's a guy, but that's why it's a surname. This allows me to fully research her as a stranger and go into her life without skewing any of this information. And I also like to always find a picture online that best depicts who I am targeting specifically. I love this portrait. I think it's so quirky and beautiful, and it matches the persona that we're trying to achieve. So Alice Mary Duncan, she's 26 years old, she's engaged, she's vegan, she likes tattoos, she's very creative, she's a photographer, she studied photography, a wedding photographer, she also does portraits and couples and baby photography, she loves to travel, and that's her dream and aspiration, is to be able to travel around the world and take photos. So she wants to grow in her business, she doesn't want children, she has one dog who's a Dalmatian, and she wants to get a second dog, a German Shepherd. She lives with her fiance, they live by the beach, so she likes to go surfing and walking on the promenade. In her free time, she likes to hang out with her friends, go to local market, drink G&Ts and wine. She works to live and she doesn't live to work. She enjoys having free time, downtime, relaxing and being stress-free. She has a side business where she bakes cakes and sells crochet at a local market. She doesn't like to have a boring life. She's worried that she's going to get unfit and unhealthy, which is why she wants to be proactive and upskill herself and learn about nutrition and learn about healthy living and keeping fit. And one of her fears is not being able to move her body, and she loves being able to move and walk and go around because that's what her job requires. So all of this research and information, I put it down in all of these cards and I link them all together with the arrows. So I can interlink them, and while I'm working on one, I can open another one and then link it back to the other one so that they all kind of interconnect. Because I might think of one thing in one topic and then go on to another topic, and then I remember, oh wait, I forgot to add this to the family topic, and I go back there and then I'm like, oh wait, but this is actually interesting for her job, and then I go back into the job card. So it's just really nice to visually be able to see all of this information come together, and I can just click through it all. So I spend a lot of time really learning and honing in on who the target audience is. This is part of the brand strategy phase of my branding projects. And brand strategy is so important because if you can have a really good strategy as the basis for your branding, your visual branding, you will definitely go far. As soon as you know who you're targeting, what their pain points are, and how your product or service can fill the gap in their life or can add value to their life, they will be able to build a bond with your brand or brand trust and believe that what you are selling or helping them do is going to help better their life, and that is how you target your ideal consumer. So that is how I research and brainstorm target audiences for my branding clients. I use Scrintal to lay out all my first thoughts and initial research and all my ideas, and brainstorm and mind map and connect words and thoughts and ideas together, and then from there I will refine them, and then from there I'll actually create a visual user persona which I will then place into my branding presentations for my clients. So I would never give all of this research to my client. I will refine and refine and refine and make it look visually beautiful, but I've still got all of this research backed up beautifully and sorted out and linked together. Whether you are a graphic designer yourself or a business owner who's trying to decide or define who their target audience is, I hope that you found this video helpful and it just helped simplify the process and understand what you need to be looking for in your ideal target audience, as well as outline the importance of targeting a very specific group of people. If you have any questions about my process, about Scrintal, or any additional graphic design topics that you would like to see in future, drop them in the comments, ask your questions. I would love to know and chat and get to know you guys a little bit better. Have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you soon. Bye.